So what am I doing? What do you think I'm doing? Hot rodding a new engine. The warranty's worn out on this engine. The warranty's gone. And I'm just gonna go ahead and do a full stage 1 build on this engine. You know, the EPA chokes these engines down so much, you know. Intake, exhaust, and carburetor rejet on this Champion 196cc engine. I never had a problem hot rodding these engines at stage 1. They're just as reliable at that stage as they are. The engine's really probably not running the way it really should. They choke these engines down and they make them run lean. A lean running engine is really, to my personal opinion, not a healthy engine in the long run. There we go. So we got that whole air box off. All right. Air cleaner. That's like some sort of charcoal filter or something. But whoa, we have some fuel in there. We're gonna have to put this guy back in. We forgot to take this guy off. The PCV valve there. Remember the last motor I blew up, we have all the external upgrades for it, like this Robertson's pipe here. Just buy plenty of gaskets, man. You'll use them all the time. There we go. New exhaust gasket. New exhaust pipe. Generally, if I buy a new engine like this, I'll just wait till the warranty runs out before I try to do any modification to it. Unless you just bought a dedicated racing engine, which didn't have any warranty to start with. Another advantage of the Champion is that both of the carburetor bolts are the same length. So I don't have to go trying to remove a stud like you do with the others. Epically unlame. Many of you know I have this, I really don't like Predator. This is the adapter. You'll have to buy an adapter plate. And I already have these positioned right, so they don't have to really worry about it. There we go. Choke operates. Again, you don't have to change out that stud. It makes it a whole lot easier. People just don't realize there's a reason I don't use Harbor Freight engines anymore. See, what happens is that air channels right down into that venturi. It really accelerates the air much faster over a shorter distance. This is a fabric filter. You want to spray it with some of that red K&N oil. I've had this since I was in college. I've never used it all up. Spring thing, our clamp there, hold it on. You got to get this guy back in here. That's your PCV system. Oh, well, that's how in the world I'm going to get it back in. Get one of these. This will keep the oil from spewing all out into the atmosphere and off down onto the water. Just take your time and it'll eventually snug fit on there. This is a very simple modification that you can do in about 30 minutes, guys. I mean, the only reason it's taking me longer is because I'm having to try to teach you. If I was doing it myself, it'd take like 30 minutes. This, my friends, is the crankcase vent. So the gases come out of the crankcase. There's a hole here in the cylinder head that comes straight from the crankcase, and that's where the crankcase gases vents up into here. And there's a screen here that filters out that oil, and then those gases will come up in here. Well, you know, filters out any solids or anything, but you'll get some oil once you get up about 3,000, 4,000 RPM. They'll start spraying out oil, and it's venting those crankcase gases. But instead of letting those crankcase gases just out into the atmosphere or off down into the river, guess what you do? You just simply, it just stays in here, and once you turn the motor off, it'll just flow right back down into the crankcase. But it's a vent, so the air can get out, the hot gases can, but the oil stays in the engine. Trickiest part is we have to rejet the carburetor. The one that's sitting at an angle is the drain plug. Get you a gas can or something to so it won't spill on the ground or anything. See, just a little bit of gas. Make sure you turn off the gas from the motor. Always have to go the different way here. It's a good idea also to keep you some extra gaskets for the carburetor bowl here. Take a long, narrow screwdriver and put in here very carefully. Uh-oh. You may want to go ahead and open the choke so you can see if the... Be careful not to let your float pole pin fall out either, so keep it sort of centered. How do you know which jet to use? You don't really. So I have a number of jets. I have a number 37 jet here that I used in my Predator when I did this same mod when I first got my first motor. So we're going to start with that one. Okay, that's that. It's a dirtier carburetor. It'd be nothing to get a little cheap Briggs filter and put on this thing, inline filter, it'd be just fine. But that's held on by a clamp, but I have no idea where it is. My friends, that is a stage 1 mud motor buildup.